Hi everybody.
Today we are talking about the Romans. You made it, we made it better. Did you know that all roads lead to Rome? Yeah, the Romans had all of these great roads that lasted even past the Roman Empire. I mean, even the Byzantines were using them, they lasted so long. The reason why these roads lasted so long is because they were made out of concrete instead of dirt. Romans also made gutters, and they made street signs, which were called milestones. How cool is that? Speaking of gutters, the Romans made one of the first and best sewer systems. A lot of people died from germs that came from poo water, which is basically they got water that had been pooed in. And now the Romans had separated the poo water and the good water with aqueducts. They would take the water from the hills with giant stone arches that had pathways on them. They're basically like a big slide. And the water would slide down on the hills and into baths and houses. They made the water so much cleaner and people didn't die. Romans made the first toilets or sit-down latrines. And the coolest thing is, they had a sewer goddess named Venus Closina.
Architecture.
The Romans had one of the best architecture styles that the ancient world had ever seen. They adopted Greek architect styles and improved them with new construction methods and new materials. The Romans introduced the Tuscan column, which was a new design for the column. And it now is so famously known that it represents one of the 5 orders of classical architecture. The Romans have taken so many great achievements and made them so much better, and that's why the Romans are just so great. Thank you so much for your time that you have given me today to explain why Rome is just so great, and I appreciate it very much. That's all for today's episode. LukeCourse World History was written by Luke Anderson, directed by Luke Anderson, slightly written by Elizabeth Souders, costume design by Luke Anderson, desk design by Luke Anderson, cast Luke Anderson.